Hi guys, this is Tim Queen, and today we're going to talk about how to grow your followers on your LinkedIn company page in 2020 in 10 steps. Now, step number one is you have to create a page. That might seem obvious. Some people are not even aware if they have a page or not. They just typed in the name of their business in their work experience section and wondering like, do I have a page? No, you don't. You actually have to go up to the menu and create a page. Click up here, select this in the menu, create a page, then follow the instruction and fill out all the necessary information. Now, step number two is optimize your LinkedIn company page. That means upload a logo. The logo should be square. If your logo is like this, get a designer to put it into a square so you actually know how this logo looks. Or better yet, get a designer to develop an icon for your business, because this will show up as a very small icon and you want people to recognize your company page. And nothing is better than creating a unique square icon of your logo. Then make sure that you fill out all the different information. Make sure that you choose the proper geographic location, especially if you're targeting a local market. Make sure that you have a proper description. Make sure that you put in the links to your website so people can learn more about you. If you have a team, you want to set up the permissions for the admins who are managing your companies so different people can access your page and create content and share analytics as you go along. Also important, add company hashtags, and if you have a group or a LinkedIn group or you plan to do one, link them to your company page so people can discover your group or your company hashtags right there on the page. Now, step number three is create a content marketing strategy for your LinkedIn company page. This is very important and it will set the foundation for the kind of content that you are trying to create. Now, the first step that you have to do in this is you have to define your audience. Be very specific. Who is it that you are trying to attract for your business? Who has the highest likelihood of becoming a high quality customer? Who is buying and buying over and over again? Really be clear. What is qualifying a potential customer for your business? Which industry do they work in? What is the company size they're working in? What is their typical role or job title? What is going on in their personal life? What are the challenges that are facing in their job? Really create an avatar so you're really clear and try to align those avatar fields, a lot of them as much as you can, with LinkedIn search fields that you can target, because this will be very important in all the later steps. So step number two in this is you have to determine their needs. And I always like to look at three different dimensions for each of those avatars. The first one is personal. What is going on in their personal life? Every employee is a person first, a human being first. They have the same problems and challenges like everyone else in their life. They have a family, they have children, they have grandparents, they have to pay their bills. You have to really understand what's going on in their personal life. What are their personal challenges? Then the second factor, the second dimension you want to look at is what is going on in their career. What are the company dynamics for making a career in this industry or in this particular company? What are they hoping to achieve? Where do they want to go? And what are the values that this company is using as a metrics to determine if someone becomes promoted or not? Really understand how you can help them get higher up in their hierarchy will be a tremendous benefit of crafting content as really communicating value to them. And the third step, the third dimension we are looking at is like, what are the company's needs? What is the company that this person is working for? What do they want to do? Where does this company want to grow? Do they want to expand? What is their mission? What is driving them? Because if you understand the mission, it becomes much more easy to find content that is really helping these employees help themselves personally in their career and helping their company. And those three values, if you can combine this in a single post, you get the highest amount of engagement possible on LinkedIn. Now, tip number three is, and this is probably the most challenging part for most people, is finding the topics that do exactly that speak to someone's reality, both personally, from their career point of view, and from the business kind of view. And it's like finding topics that are both entertaining and educating to them at the same time, so they enjoy reading it or they enjoy watching your videos, and it's giving them something of value, is educating them, and at the same time is educating them that you you are the person who is knowledgeable. You are the person who can help them achieve something that is benefiting them. Now, the next step is you have to understand the content formats. There's different personalities. Some people like reading, other people want to watch videos, other people like to watch pictures. Understand there are different preferences, how people process information neurologically. And if you can use those different content types to both attract the right leads, but also to give different personalities the format that they need to understand something, you make it much more likely that you are attracting all the people who would become potential customer in just the right way that speaks to them and the best way how they process emotions and information internally. Now, step number 4 is you share content on your page. That means getting someone to write a post and then sharing this, or recording a video, adding a text description and sharing this on your company page. Now, step number 4 is you have to actually publish the content that you have just designed, that is really working for your audience, has all the right factors, attracting them in all 3 dimensions. Now you have to write the actual post and share it on your company page. Step number 5, get your team involved, especially if you're just starting out. Your company page probably has no followers at all. So you have to initially trigger some engagement by getting your team involved. Ask your team to engage, ask them to leave a like, to leave a comment, to reshare your company page post. So you are creating the initial engagement yourself, and then over time, as the company page grows, it develops more and more momentum, and at some point you don't have to boost it, even though it still helps. But you don't have to technically boost it with personal profiles anymore. It will just become the self-running machine, which is attracting more and more followers over time. Once you have reached this breaking point and you have enough people following your company page, enough of them will share it themselves, and then they attract more relevant people to your company page themselves. Now, here's something important. When someone from your team is engaging, tell them they should not just resharing a piece of content from your company page, but writing a 2 to 3 sentence summary of why this is important, or how this is cool, how this is benefiting the audience. LinkedIn prefers posts or reshares with commentary much more than just having reshares. So you're getting much more impressions in the newsfeed and your page will grow much faster. Now, step number 6, get your team to reply to comments. This is really important. A lot of times I notice people start a company page and then they share content and people actually leave comments and then nobody is replying to them. And you know what happens when you send someone a letter and you put a lot of effort in it and then the person is not replying or the company is not replying? Are you going to send a second letter or leave a second comment? No. This is exactly the problem. People want to be rewarded for taking the time for writing a comment. So you actually have to take the time of replying to them. This is really essential, and you have to give people time, give your employees a dedicated time of the day when they have time to check if there are any comments, and then make it clear who is responsible for replying to comments, when and how. And when you get people to reply to comments, you will notice a lot of your followers will be encouraged to leave more comments in the future. And as you get more comments, more people will see, oh, my connection left a comment on this post. So now your post, your company page post, would also shown to a couple of their network, and then some of them will start following your company page. Helping replying to comments really helps to grow your LinkedIn company page followers in 2020. Now, step number 7, encourage your team to create content themselves. Give them time so they can develop some unique content that they can share, and encourage them to also link to your company page where appropriate. So it's really important that your team is not just using promotional content, is not just writing promotional stuff. They also have to create content for the 3 dimensions, and they should focus a little bit more on helping other people in general than just promoting your company page. Because what happens is, if you get the right content mixture in, let's say 80% of the posts that your employees are creating are value posts that are valuable for everyone, and 20% of the posts are promotional, you will find that more people are listening to the 20% sales and promotional content if you balance this out with 80% value content. Now, step number 8 is tag your company page and personal profile post. Now, when one of your employees is writing about something that's mentioning your company, make sure that they tag your company page. This is very simple. They just have to press the add key for email addresses and then slowly start typing the company name. And then you just select the right company from the drop-down menu. And when they save the post, there will be a blue link attached on the post. And if someone is pressing this link, they will directly go to your LinkedIn company page. So whenever appropriate, mention it so people can learn more about your company and have the opportunity to become LinkedIn company page followers. Now, step number 9, create an industry specific LinkedIn group and then invite the right people into your group. Now, let's start about the technical aspect first. Once you have created this group, make sure that you link your LinkedIn group to your LinkedIn company page. This way, you can post as your company page inside the LinkedIn group. You allow also people to discover your company page content or your LinkedIn group from your company page. So you're getting like a two-way street where people can engage with both your company page and your LinkedIn group. And then inside this LinkedIn group, focus on creating daily content as well. Make this more personal and more niche specific and less promotional. You want to really create a group which is of value to people in a specific industry. And you might want to target this so the industry that you're targeting would be, the majority of them would be ideal customers. And then you're focusing on providing value and educating them, entertaining them. And then maybe instead of having this 80-20 ratio, maybe having this like 90-10 or 95-5 ratio, where you take it way back, the promotional content. Because what happens is if you have this group and people perceive this value, and people are very sensitive to value, especially in groups, this is a big commitment to joining a group. You will notice that I will invite other relevant people, and then over time you can really grow an audience of highly qualified leads. And then when you're promoting something, it's much more likely that every one of them will see it. And since they're constantly aware that this group is linked to your company page, you will also see that your group is actually driving traffic to grow your LinkedIn company page. Now, tip number 10, how to grow LinkedIn company followers in 2020 is to use LinkedIn ads. Now, LinkedIn ads are the perfect tool if you want to scale up the LinkedIn company page follower growth quickly. If you can put a budget behind this, you can really target very highly specific, get people who are living in a certain country, who are living in a certain area, who are living in a certain city, who work in a specific industry, who have one of the following 10 or 15 job titles. The company should make at least this amount of money per year in annual revenue. You can really pinpoint and target, you can say which language they should speak. And then when you are able to use LinkedIn ads, just maybe to initially get 1,000 followers, you can really shortcut the entire process that might take you much longer if you're starting with the organic approach. By being willing to put in some budget behind LinkedIn ads and driving maybe the first 1,000 people, you can make sure that those people who follow your company page are so hyper targeted, laser focused, that whatever you put in front of them has the highest probability of getting high engagement and turning some of them into potential customers. And it's much cheaper to get someone to become a LinkedIn follower on your company page than to run an ad on LinkedIn, which is sending them to some external landing page, which they might not sign up for, so your money was wasted. But following a company page is a much lower commitment. And since we already established that you need 7 to 10 interactions with each and every customer for them to feel comfortable enough to become a buyer, this is the perfect way how you can actually build a relationship with ads, get them onto your page as a follower, then create value posts over and over again and turn them, qualify them, warm them up, get their temperature up. And if they're ready, they can directly reach out to you and become a customer. Now, which one of my 10 tips did you enjoy the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to learn more how to implement this in your company, make sure that you check out the description. There's a link to my contact form if you want to learn how to implement this in your company. And if you want to learn more about LinkedIn marketing videos that actually work, make sure that you subscribe and turn the notification bell on. And I'll see you in the next video.